This is the harsh reality as to why when you start a diet, you lose the weight, you gain it back. It's very simple. It's because you have no systems in place to help keep the weight off. So what? You did your diet, you were successful, you cut out carbs, you went keto, you went crazy, you lost all the weight. Congrats, but guess what happened after the diet was done? You gained the weight back. It's because you went, you know what? I reached my goal weight. I'm done. I can go back to eating carbs. I can go back to not doing my step count. I can go back to not working out because I did it already. I accomplished my goal. That's where people mess up, because you have to have these systems in place. If these systems are not in place, you're just going to come back to square one like you were before. So what you have to do is, once you reach your goal weight, you have to find a way like, okay, how am I going to maintain this? Because if you can't maintain it, you're just going to go all the way back to what you started with. So that's why you have to stay on your step count. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to do my steps anymore because I already reached my goal. No, you still have to be on your steps. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to start eating out every weekend or, every other day like I used to in the past, and I'm fine because I reached my goal weight. No, you still have to be on your diet. And you can't be like, oh, well, I'm not going to work out anymore because I already reached my goal weight. Like, no, you still have to work out. So you see where I'm going with this? It's like, you can't just act like, since I already accomplished the goal, I can just do whatever, and now it's just, I have fun because I go back to what I was doing before. No, everything that you got to that point, now you have to maintain that. Now you don't have to do as much. Now, if you're just maintaining, it's a lot easier to maintain than it is to be in a deficit, okay? That is one thing that I think makes people feel a little more comfortable, is that they don't have to be doing so much to be in a deficit. To be in a maintenance as they were when they were in a deficit. So that's good. But it doesn't mean that now you just can't do anything. You still have to be doing something. So if you were doing 10,000 steps a day or 15,000 steps a day, well, now you probably can do 8,000 steps a day. You don't have to do as much. If you were dieting on 150 carbs, 200 carbs, and maybe now you can diet on 250 carbs. So you can have a little nice leeway here, but it doesn't mean that you go back to eating fast food and junk food all day long like you were in the past. You can't do that. You still have to prioritize fiber. You still have to be on your diet. You still have to prioritize protein, water, all that stuff. You can't just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm done. No, you still have to be on everything. And your workout routine, you still have to work out. If you don't work out and train those muscles with the right stimulus of hypertrophy, you're not going to maintain that muscle mass. So in order to maintain that muscle mass, you still have to work out. You still have to make the body go through that intensity. You still have to go to failure. You still have to maintain that strength, at least maintain.